Preceding Word Church, still on the mountaintop. People often use words for expression when going through trials and tribulations. And we use mountains and valleys as spiritual correlations in an effort to give us hope or clarification on where we are, where we are going. When we perceive we are going through, the top of the mountain is where we pursue. But who told us that we were going through? God could be simply moving us from one mountaintop to another. But the condition of some of our hearts may allow perverse thoughts to enter our minds and make a few reverse, which is fine. Because as it is written in the biblical verse, many are called, but few are chosen. So do not allow the flesh from your eyes to deceive you with a mirage filled with lies. Your flesh will tell you that we have lost elevation, but only your spirit can comprehend God's predestination. Because see, in God's journey, the path varies. There is no one valley or just one mountaintop. There are many mountains, some tall, some small. Yet the meaning of the mountaintop remains the same. And only the distance from the top to the valley may change. Fact: Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world at 29,029 feet, which is almost exactly 4 times the size of Mount Sinai. Maybe God had to move us from Mount Everest to Mount Sinai, and regardless of the height at which we are still on top. We have classified this move as temporary, but for God's purpose and glory, it is mandatory. It is mandatory because God had to reduce the sanctuary to increase the saturation of his aroma supernaturally, so the seeds in our bellies give birth daily as we hear the word that is fire, so that we can go out into the world and inspire as we faithfully pull those in our lives to a word that saves lives by mending minds. So it is fine that we have landed on Mount Sinai, surrounded on all sides by taller mountains, because on Mount Sinai, God created some of the most miraculous miracles, like engraving 10 commandments on stone, showing his people the true power of his throne, all the while holding their right hand as God led them into the land. Sinai, God has done supernatural wonders, strengthening his people by increasing their numbers. I know God is holding our right hand, for he already has the dome's building plans planned. But he had to bring us down to this mountaintop so that he could work within us to prepare us for the mountaintop he created just for us. So you see, this bus stop is still a mountaintop to prepare our spirits for a higher atmosphere. So our time here is on God's calendar. Therefore, it cannot be temporary, but it must be mandatory for God's purpose and glory. God bless Preceding Word Church.
Because I've been to the mountaintop, I just want to do God's will. And he's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
We want to welcome you to the bedside ministry. I see some pretty ladies in the house tonight. See, Hugh Hefner can paint the picture, but only God can paint the portrait. Yes.